The leaked tape that recently surfaced online has the streets shaking like a love and hip-hop reunion brawl shot on a yacht during a thunderstorm, but we've seen messy and chilly, so this is typical villain origin story behavior. Remy Ma was allegedly overheard talking about a disqualification loophole that may have prevented Claressa Shields from competing for her own title. I use that word loosely, not to mention the exquisite pettiness, the questionable purpose, and the suspect timing. Whether this has to do with boxing or something different, since Twitter investigators have already slowed down, labeled and examined the audio as if it were a GFK conspiracy, insiders are speculating, and camps are contesting papoose and the turmoil surrounding the Bet Awards. The gloves are off, the tea is boiling, and the receipts are mixed up. This has the feel of a gossip spill, and what we're going to learn could make all the difference. Let's get straight to the point. The boxing and hip-hop communities are examining Remy Ma, the renowned rapper from Bronx royalty and a former member of the Terror Squad, more closely than they did Nicki Minaj in 2015. Before a title fight in Chile, did she actually try to disqualify Claressa Shields, a professional boxer? This is sabotage with a lace front, not simply rumor. Everyone recalls the controversy at the Bet Awards, when Remy Ma seemed calm on the red carpet, but the internet knew otherwise. Papoose was already the subject of rumors that he had been seen with Claressa Shields at an after-hours gathering in Detroit. People initially disregarded it, claiming that she was a fighter and that it was only training. Before the now-famous Papa stroked the small of her back, he was into fitness. Despite the questionable viewpoint and blurry footage, which resembled a Motorola Razr from 2006, it was evident that Pap was giggling, Claressa was grinning, and Remy was not present. When Remy abruptly skips press week for the boxing event, fans comment, "That's weird." Ray's crew, however, maintains that she had a timetable conflict. This is the point at which the petty Real Housewives turn into the evil scandal season 3. It doesn't have to be messy. All I need is one slip up, an illegal glove wrap, a weight issue, anything. If she can't clear it, she can't fight. Simple. Excuse me. The audio is low but unmistakable, and it wasn't just the words that I said. With this leaked audio, which was allegedly recorded in a Miami hotel suite, starts to circulate on private Discord servers a week before Claressa's big middleweight title defense. Remy's energy when she took Nicki Minaj to task on She Ether Cold, calculated calm caused a collective gasket on boxing Twitter. It was manipulated, according to some, and phony, according to others. But then the local weirdo, yes, the untidy underground gossip page that used AI technologies to post a voice match breakdown had a 98% drama accuracy rate. Hip-hop fans are baffled, boxing fans are in denial, and Claressa's camp is now utterly quiet. What would make Remy do this then? Why would she jeopardize her independence, her heritage, and her reputation in order to undermine Claressa? Keep in mind that Remy Ma is not an LS user. That's the same woman that served 6 years in jail, came out on top with bars, got a bet spot, had a hit with Fat Joe, and appeared on Love and Hip Hop, where she basically served as the franchise's manager. Although she has always been tough, she has recently shown signs of instability. Papoose was there at the extremely cold birthday supper in April, as seen in Exhibit A, but Claressa was compelled to arrive late, and the whole thing felt less like a celebration and more like a red carpet trap. Remy appears to be sitting in the middle seat of a spirit trip from hell in the paparazzi pictures. A deleted Instagram story from Ray's backup account is included in Exhibit B. She tweeted a dark screen with the words, "Sometimes you have to remind people you're not the one posting deleted," after receiving a fanina. Don't play. However, fans screen captured it and went utterly insane. Was this envy motivated by personal gain? If there are accusations that Remy was getting too close to a boxing champion, some people think she was attempting to safeguard her reputation. Not only is it embarrassing, but it's also detrimental to Remy's career because she has always treated herself like a brand. She is participating behind the scenes for the first time. Months ago, there was a rumor that someone in Remy Ma's camp was attempting to postpone a sanctioning approval for one of Claressa's prior fights, and a named source from the IBF International Boxing Federation informed Gossip Spill Vibe exclusively. We assumed it was just red tape at the time, but now it's looking pretty dodgy. The worst part is that this bout was meant to be the most viewed women's boxing battle of the year, with exclusive streaming partnerships and millions in endorsements. If someone deliberately attempted to meddle, that is industry sabotage, not personal animosity, as even Rihanna's Fenty was supposed to be a sponsor. Instead of Remy becoming a heel, followers on X-Twitter were going crazy over Trap Boxing Bay, and I'm yelling at Petty Peso 88. Nobody expected Claressa to finally speak up, but she did so on her close friend's Instagram story instead of in an ESPN interview. She posted a video of herself shadowboxing with the caption, "No distractions, just discipline. They're going to have to kill me to take this belt, mic drop." If she actually said that in the audio, put the entire terror squad in jail. This isn't why Pun died. Claressa remains unconcerned about the Claressa Shields fan account. With a single blink, she could knock Remy out. #T-Mount-Rex. We now have a full-blown scandal, alleged leaked audio, fan comments, insider whispers, and a growing struggle between two powerful women, one with bars and the other with belts. As if things couldn't get any uglier, an anonymous email is sent to multiple outlets, including the "check her weight cut" was the subject line of a message. That you and Shade Burrow Gossip No Chaser sent to Gossip Spill Vibe. The numbers don't add up. I've included a PDF with notes regarding rapid drop irregularities, timestamps, and what looked to be digital weigh-in logs. It's crazy because it seems like someone was preparing the disqualification procedure before the fight even happened. Claressa reportedly lost 5 pounds overnight, and someone reported it as abnormal. Guess who the original creator was logged as when we looked at the PDF's metadata? Reminisce K. Smith is Marie Publish Remy Ma's birth name. R. Marie Publishing is her publishing house. Your face is reddened. We don't currently have proof that if this was a setup, it was clumsy, deliberate, and incriminating, even though I myself created the file. Fans are pulling out the magnifying glass and calling it Glovegate, boxing officials are panicking, and sponsors are demanding explanations. Another audio recording surfaces just when the internet is going crazy, and this time, the alleged voice of Remy Ma is naming names rather than merely talking about tactics. A woman once more had an eerie voice in the new video, which was uploaded anonymously to the burner YouTube account Fight Night Truths. He still owes me from Atlantic City, so she can be heard adding, "If I get Dre on the line, it's done. Just tell him the cut was suspicious. Say the hydration was off. Let's unpack." That, she stated, refers to Andre King, a mid-level boxing commissioner who has worked on several title fights in the past and has known connections to Remy's entertainment team and several boxing promoters. Moreover, Atlantic City is the same venue where Remy hosted a celebrity fight night last year, which was a low-key event that was mysteriously interrupted by a lighting problem. The story has since been reframed. Was that lighting problem a front for some shady deal that fell through? More importantly, is this the same Andre King who allegedly approved questionable last-minute rule amendments for Claressa's title fight? A now-deleted thread on the Boxing Watchdog subreddit claims that fighting officials received a request for, according to sources close to Claressa's camp, they were caught off guard when Claressa's hand wraps were inspected twice, which is against standard procedure unless an official protest has been filed. However, the vibe was heavy and the energy was off. It felt like someone wanted us out before we intervened. Meanwhile, the audio is spreading faster than wildfire, and media outlets are rushing to get a complete story. Who filed the protest isn't known, or at least no one is admitting it. Transcribed with the following caption: "Is this another deepfake conspiracy, or is Remy Ma being dishonest?" Gets over 1 million views and nearly 12,000 comments in a few hours. But there's a twist. An anonymous former assistant from Ray's public relations team posts a blind item to Hollywood Spills, a tabloid blog that exposes celebrity secrets. The Assistant claims she had people looking into Claressa months ago after Pap attended that training event alone. She felt taken advantage of, and I'm not sure if she meant to do so, but there were definitely conversations about distractions. The word distractions appears multiple times in both audio clips, in several anonymous tips and subtweets, and suddenly everyone understands that this wasn't about boxing strategy. Psychological warfare in a live stream, even former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder made a comment, "It's nasty if that's Remy on those tapes. That's not how you ruin someone's grind." That ring was earned by Claressa. A user named MrExec discusses coordinating media narratives ahead of the fight in a private group chat between boutique promoters. One line reads, "Get Shade Room to run a distraction piece if the hydration angle flops." The Shade Room denied any coordination with outside PR, but the timing of their posts raised eyebrows because let's talk about diva rumors. Several insiders begin spreading a new story about how demanding and difficult Claressa is. One anonymous Ring crew member told a YouTube blogger she showed up late, changed the entrance song twice, and refused to share the glam room. The worst part is that the makeup crew is claiming they were suddenly reassigned to a non-performing VIP, Remy Ma, who skips press week. Her glam squad shows up, and her name is linked to 2 alleged audio recordings that plot to discredit the headliner. Now, ghost files containing her publishing credentials are emerging. Before the fight, Claressa's camp received a worried media tip about Claressa's pending regulatory violation again, before any serious issues had been raised by an official governing body that profits from making Claressa appear unstable, unpredictable, or ineligible before a fight. The internet is working overtime, and one user on TikTok even created a detailed timeline breakdown of dates, photos, recordings, and other content. This level of cunning requires preparation, so he should be the main character in the upcoming Ocean's 11 reboot. And let's not forget about the money trail. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but raise my sister, Fat Joe said, during a live stream with Angie Martinez. While Claressa remains calm, Ray's team has gone into full ghost mode. There have been no interviews, publicist statements, or even denials. She claimed that Remy's black outfit at a red carpet event was a sign that she was grieving over Claressa's career. The video went viral. In a single day, Claressa received 6 million views. I only hope that everyone reveals the truth. Interpretation. He's not interested in getting caught in the crossfire. HBO Boxing has started to more extensively screen prospective events by requiring third-party hydration logs and secondary rap checks, and Bet has surreptitiously withdrawn a scheduled interview with Remy Ma from their internet site. What comes next then? One sports law expert we spoke with said that if someone with a financial stake in a match attempted to sway the outcome or an athlete's perception in the eyes of a governing body, that's grounds for legal action. In extreme cases, it could be classified as professional misconduct. Everyone is wondering because if these audio files are authentic, and at least one has been confirmed by 2 independent audio labs, this could cause more than just career damage. It could lead to an actual investigation. We've gone from a leaked phone call to an industry investigation, and now there's a rumor that the State Athletic Commission is assembling a review board to re-examine all of the documentation surrounding Claressa's last 3 fights in order to look for patterns, inconsistencies, or outside interference. And just when you think it can't get any worse, you hear that Claressa has hired a lawyer, not just any lawyer, but Jordan Ests, the same lawyer who handles defamation cases for several NFL stars. This indicates that she's no longer just defending herself in the ring. She's coming for reputations. And just as we're all watching Twitter like hawks waiting for the next twist, a bombshell is dropped. Security footage from the night before the weigh-in. We'll continue where we left off with hallway footage of a mystery visit and Claressa Shields' missing electrolyte packs just hours before weigh-in. A woman who looks a lot like Remy Ma enters the floor where Clarissa's team was staying. There, was no security and no cameras inside the room, but the hallway timestamp corresponds to the time when Claressa's trainer later reported missing electrolyte packs from their prep bags. Fans are curious as to why she was there and what she was searching for. We prepare for everything except sabotage. At exactly 11:42 p.m., Claressa's team is discovered alone in a hoodie. There is no explanation for her presence, no interviews, no appointments, and no team with her. What happened inside the room is unknown, but the next morning, Claressa's camp reports that 2 electrolyte packets have disappeared, and her lead dietitian posts a mysterious Instagram story. At this point, public trust is eroding. People have finished speculating and are demanding accountability. However, the damage has already been done, as several sponsors have blocked future payments to Remy Ma's lifestyle brand, citing reputational risk and a review of public controversies. The State Athletic Commission has now issued a formal notice of investigation. Is not a rumor. Rather, it is a legal development. You may remember the PDF file metadata we discussed in Part 1, which was titled Art Marie Publish. The original upload was traced back to a Miami hotel's public Wi-Fi server, the same hotel that hosted both Ray's and Claressa's teams for pre-fight media events. Additionally, there was digital fingerprint overlap from a device that was previously linked to Remy's official social media manager. Criminal charges, specifically attempted manipulation of a sanctioned athletic event, which is a third-degree felony in some states. Since this notice was filed, the industry has changed, and Papoose has become completely silent. There are no stories, posts, or even his usual inspirational quotes on his Instagram, which hasn't been updated in over a week. According to sources, he is extremely embarrassed and is considering formally separating from Remy to protect his brand. Claressa recently scheduled a one-and-all interview with a major streaming service, the same one that aired the Prince Harry and Meghan documentary, which is already being edited under the working title Unbothered, The Shields Story. Another woman in Claressa's weight class filed a formal complaint months ago, alleging she was abruptly pulled from a fight without warning, and that her opponent was replaced at the last minute by someone involved in Remy Ma's new sports agency project. Yes, Remy Ma quietly started RMPM Sports and Entertainment earlier this year with the goal of managing crossover athletes, specifically women in boxing and MMA who want to get into the entertainment industry. While this sounds good on paper, the agency is currently being investigated. 2 whistleblowers have come forward, alleging they were asked to research Claressa's background under the guise of brand management vetting, and one of them dropped a receipt, a forwarded email from someone with the initials RMS reading, "I need intel, red flags past Miss Wayans' behavior issues must be clean. She can't look like a hero, and if that's real, it's not just sabotage. That's coordinated defamation." Legal analysts say Claressa now has grounds to sue for damages in terms of money and her reputation, and since her lawyer has already assembled a team of cyber forensics experts, the discovery process could get ugly. We're talking about deleted files, private messages, and subpoenas, and if it's proven that anyone in Ray's camp actively conspired to interfere with Claressa's title defense, the entire victory could be challenged retroactively. But what do people think? Let's look at the most recent reactions flooding ChampLive. Remy Ma better start rapping from a courtroom. This isn't a diss track. It's a criminal case at Slick Shields fan. They tried to play dirty, and that's what you call GOAT status at Justice for TX. I hope Claressa sues and releases a fragrance called Sabotaged by Remy. Even hip-hop artists are picking sides. For example, Foxy Brown posted an old photo of Claressa with the caption, "Real recognize real." DJ Envy tried to be impartial but ended up dragging himself by saying, "We don't know all the facts, but if Remy did this, it's definitely not a good look." Fans quickly chastised him for his indifferent response. 3 of her photos. We don't know what was said, but Claressa's team did not deny the altercation, only issuing a statement that read, "Miss Shields has nothing to hide and everything to protect." Claressa and Remy Ma met up with each other just 2 nights after the fight, according to sources from a Miami steakhouse. The private dining room was not filmed, but staff members say that voices were raised, and one insider claimed that Claressa stood up and said, "You picked the wrong one." Remy Ma has not yet commented publicly, has reportedly gone into crisis PR mode, hiring a reputation manager who has a history of spinning high-profile messes involving athletes, influencers, and reality stars. But let's face it, the damage is done. From missing supplements, metadata, receipts, and audio leaks to career sabotage, this wasn't just a bad look, it was a whole cinematic plot. Whether Remy Ma escapes this controversy unscathed or ends up under formal investigation, the stain won't go away, especially now that she plans to launch a new foundation that focuses on mental wellness and fair play in women's sports. Her team says she turned pain into purpose, so if someone tried to break her, they only made her bigger. To shake the table, however, Remy Ma is at a crossroads. A rap legend is allegedly planning to disqualify a world champion fighter, and an icon is being rebranded by scandal rather than strategy. Leaked audios, fake reports, metadata trails, brand deals, and two powerful women are now on opposite sides of a silent war that isn't just about fame but also about legacy. What do you think? Was this all a media circus based on deep fakes and speculation? Or did Remy Ma actually try to organize a behind-the-scenes takedown of the most dominant woman in boxing? Was it ego, revenge, or something else? We'll let you decide whether this is career suicide or just another chapter in the never-ending drama of fame, power, and pride. Tell us in the comments if you think Claressa was targeted or if she was just paranoid. Should Remy respond or remain silent? And most importantly, who do you believe? If you're still holding your pearls, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more scandal, chaos, and tea hotter than a summer jam mix, and hit that bell because we assure you that this story isn't over.